need, like a list of free events in the area. We even have Tom's Picks, a free referral for people who are looking for a company to do work for them. Tom's Picks will refer the company to you that fits your needs. And all we ask in return is that you tell them where you heard about them. For more information, call Tom's Picks, 352-804-1223. And pick up your copy of The Senior's Voice at most any business up and down the 200 corridor.
Now read Ocala Downtown Newspaper online.
All right, 5 minutes after 8 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. I thought Dr. Fleck and Charlotte were getting ready to sell us some vacuum cleaners. They got stuck on the vacuum cleaner line a little bit, right?
Yeah, but that's good advice.
Galen Unold is on the phone from LifeSouth Community Blood Center. And, of course, this segment is sponsored by Penn Flooring, so be sure to go over there and check out the quality flooring they have, and of course you'll be pleased with their customer service as well, and they'll install the flooring in your home so you don't got to worry about doing that. They've been doing this as a business in Ocala for over 25 years, and they've got a beautiful showroom where you can check out the stuff they've got. The showroom is at 1201 Southwest 17th Street right here in Ocala, over that bridge that crosses the railroad on 17th Street, which we have more than one of those, but this is the one on 17th Street, I guess.
That's right.
And, of course, Galen Unold on the phone to remind us of the importance of donating blood. Good morning, Galen.
Hey, good morning, Larry, Robin. How are y'all?
Pretty good. Where are you right now?
Gainesville. On my way into work. Yep.
The home of the University of Florida.
Yep.
How come when they say Shands Hospital, and they always say Shands Hospital at the University of Florida in Gainesville? They always go through the whole
thing.
thing.
By UF, and there's a Shands in Jacksonville too, and there's one in Lake City, and there's one in Stark.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Just like the College of Central Florida, there's a campus in Lecanto. So whenever they put out advertising, they have to specify which campus the events are going to be at.
There you go.
There you go. Did you hear that Tiger Woods can't use his own name, and he's building an $8 million restaurant down in the city of Jupiter?
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Nike owns the rights to his name.
I'm not surprised by that. I mean, I'm sure that's part of some deal they made. I know he's got his own logo, and I don't know. I didn't know that though.
So his restaurant is going to be called the Woods Jupiter Sports and Dining Club.
That's the best they could do.
That's what they got. The Woods Jupiter Sports.
Come up with something a little more,
a little more punchy,
original.
Something, yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. That doesn't sound like a place I'd like to eat.
The Woods Jupiter Sports and Dining Club. Yeah, I know it doesn't. It sounds,
It sounds high echelon.
When you're eating and thinking about sports, it's almost like you're sweating and eating. It's like a hot dog time.
Yeah, right.
Well, it can't be fine dining. I don't know. I mean, I don't really consider. First of all, golfers aren't athletes, but they can have some athletic ability. But and you don't sweat when you're playing golf if you have a golf cart. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of him, but he has a right to live his life.
Isn't it funny? Everybody who knows golf says the same thing, and yet the guy is a superstar.
Yeah.
Who actually likes him? I mean,
the women.
Oh, it doesn't mean I don't like to watch him on TV. He's very interesting.
Well, and why is that?
It doesn't mean. I think he's a very compelling guy. Well, I mean, you got to remember when this guy broke on the scene. There were no black golfers. There were no golfers of color. And he really brought, and the image that he portrayed was this common, everyday man. I work really hard, which he does. You cannot question the guy's work ethic at his craft. But he built himself up that, I respect my father, I love my wife, I love my kids, I'm a family man, I'm an everyday guy. And then when that whole accident occurred on Thanksgiving weekend and the dam really broke, and then you really started to find out what kind of person he was and how he treated the people around him. And that's when the perception changed. But it doesn't mean he wasn't compelling to watch on the golf course, because he was the most exciting golfer to come around since Jack Nicklaus. And the PGA Tour is still struggling to find that traction of finding someone who's half as interesting as Tiger Woods.
Maybe I should start golfing.
Yeah,
I could make it real interesting.
You could. You'd be an interesting guy.
I think you would.
Yeah.
But I mean, again, people love. There's a reason why the Olympics are the most watched sporting event, right? And that the Super Bowl is the most watched sporting event. It's because the people who are involved are very interesting, and you are forced to care about them. You know, what makes the Olympics great is not the individual events. It's the vignettes that are put together.
The story behind them, yeah.
Yeah, the story behind them, so that now you feel like you're pulling for this guy because
Yeah,
you, or
that's
this
absolutely
young
true.
lady
Yeah.
from Iowa who, you know, this is the first time she's ever seen a 3-story building, right? It's those kinds of stories that compel us to watch, and now we care about them. And when you care about something,
Yeah, I agree.
invested
I
in
agree.
that.
Okay.
But there's nobody on the PGA Tour now that the common person is invested in because they're just flat out not that interesting.
Do you remember before the Grammys, I was telling you to root for Sia.
Yes.
And you said why?
whatever.
You said why?
Yeah.
And it was the exact same reason, because she had this backstory. Well, I mean, she's very good, just like your sports figures are very good at what they do. But the real thing that attracted me to the point where I wanted to root for her to hope she won was the backstory. You know, it was the
Now, and I think you're right. I'll give you the best backstory I can think of for music, and there's a lot of them. You know, after an artist dies, their music becomes more interesting and more depth. I mean, look at Jim Morrison and the Doors.
Just wait till I die. You'll see if that happens.
Well, you never know, Larry. Your paintings are going to be worth millions. But look at Jim Morrison. So when he dies, people are all of a sudden really in tune in his poetry, and he became this philosopher that he wasn't when he was alive.
Right.
Because he became more interesting.
Well, even if he
And
did
I
hang his tallywhacker out in Miami, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
I'm sure he did. And of course, we all know he's still alive in France.
Right. Right.
You know, nobody makes a movie of Jim Morrison if he dies, when he's 75 and it's still pouring and comes to Silver Springs. They're just no longer interested. So, I think that's key.
Let me go to the phone. Good morning. You're on the air with Galen and us. We're here too.
Yes, we are.
Hey, Galen and Robin and Larry, it's Mark calling. I'm not going to beg to differ with you. I'm a person that's played a lot of sports. Actually, I even played as an American for the University of Honduras as a foreigner on the basketball team. About the same age, Tiger won the Masters. And I also play golf, and I would say that they are athletic, and they don't use, and I'm not saying that Galen thought so, because a lot of Americans do use golf carts, but if he's ever been to a pro event, they not only don't use golf carts, they move at a very fast clip. And I would say Tiger Woods is probably good at a lot of other things other than just golf. And I also would say one thing, from a veteran to another veteran, Galen having served in the Navy, that Tiger's father did 3 tours in Vietnam with the Special Forces. So, yeah, very athletic, and all golfers are pretty coordinated folks, and it's very athletic sport. All right, have a good morning, you guys.
There you go. So
I think there is some. I think Tiger Woods is an athlete, but you don't have to be an athlete to play golf. You just don't. I mean,
I played golf. I've
been to I've been to probably 50 or so golf events, and I know the pros walk. But you know, the 95% of the people who play golf ride in a cart, just not the pros.
How many of them sell their name to a shoe company?
Yeah, you know, that's interesting. I wonder how many other athletes have done that then. You know, because that begs the question. I know they signed him to a $100 million contract at the time, and it was the largest endorsement ever. So, and they made millions. You can go back, and there's 2 athletes that really put Nike on the map. One was Michael Jordan.
Right.
Michael Jordan changed Nike. And then the other one was Tiger Woods, because Tiger Woods brought them into an avenue and a sphere that they had never been in, which is golf. And golf is a huge retail side. So because most people who play golf have a little more money than people who don't, because they have 2 things that you need in golf: is time and money, not only for clubs and equipment, but for green fees. So they have expendable income, and that was a huge part of Nike.
All right, Galen, let's take our break, and when we come back, I'm going to tell you how to make money with your body, and we'll do that when we come back.
Without being arrested.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. It'll be partly sunny today, very warm and more humid. There may be a shower in spots along the coast this afternoon and evening. The high 81 at the coast, 87 inland. Partly cloudy overnight, low 64 to 68. For tomorrow, some sunshine with a shower or two, especially during the afternoon hours over the interior, the high 81 to 85. And for Thursday, clouds and some sun with a stray shower, high 80 to 84. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Hi, Danny Warfel here. Get moving with Florida Credit Union's fast and easy loan approval process.
Let Florida Credit Union start up a new car loan for you today. No more waiting, hassles, or stop signs. You can even apply online. With a strong financial team behind you, you can enjoy great rates and fast approvals.
It's all about personalized service and a streamlined process.
Florida Credit Union, connecting your money to your life.
Real estate is the largest and most personal investment that any of us will ever make. Be sure to tune in Tuesdays at 10 a.m. when Bob Kennedy, owner of Berkshire Hathaway Home Team Realty, will be answering your questions and discussing real estate. So remember, that's Tuesdays at 10 a.m. Call 622-9622 with your questions. It pays to be an informed buyer or seller. This is news you can use from Berkshire Hathaway Home Team Realty and your friends here at WOCA. All right, thank you for staying tuned. 16 minutes after 8 o'clock, Galen Unold is on the phone from LifeSouth Community Blood Center. I didn't even ask Galen yet what the state of the blood supply is, so I need to do that first, and then I'm going to tell him and everybody else some unusual ways to make some quick cash with your body.
Okay.
And you know, when you're looking at the road ahead of you, it's a dirt road, and you see the big sand pit, you say, okay, I know I'm going to get stuck in that one, so I'm going to save the sand pit for last.
Oh,
so
okay.
that because I know we're going to get stuck in it.
Sand pit.
Yeah, we're going to get stuck in one of these ways to make money. I promise you. But Galen, what's the state of the blood supply right now?
Again, kind of just like yesterday, we really, really need O negative right now, and we need platelet donors. We made some recovery for, all the storms that we had up there in North Alabama, but we are still struggling, and we really need O neg.
There you go. All right, so here we go. Here's how. So donate blood is the message. We'll tell you where and what.
Yeah, absolutely.
Most people know. All right, here we go. Some unusual ways you can legally make money with your body. The first one is for a man, one is for a woman. Let me make sure.
Vegas.
You can sell your sperm, or you can sell your eggs. Now listen to this. Egg donors can get between $5,000 and $8,000 for their eggs. Did you know that?
Wow.
Well, of course, because it's they're women.
There's
everything that a woman touches instantly becomes more expensive.
Potential donors must be between the ages of 21 and 35. So,
gosh,
you're out, Robin. Can't make money.
No.
But you're also giving up your baby. You know that.
Yeah.
That's your potential baby. There's gonna be some child who looks like you out there. Same thing with the sperm, by the way.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyway,
it's I know they make fun of it, but for so many families, it's
I know.
Content.
Well, and this is what they say. The Conceivabilities is the name of the organization. Nancy Fontes, Nazca Fontes is her name. She says the women don't get paid for the eggs; they get paid for their time and energy.
Yeah.
Right. Because it's illegal to sell a body part.
Okay. According to the New York State's Department of Health, donors must pass the initial eligibility screenings, take fertility drugs, check in for regular medical evaluations. So there's a whole routine.
I'm sure.
Sperm donors, the going rate is up to $1,000 per month. You have to be between 18 and 39, in good health. This is the Mayo Clinic. It's not a one-time thing. You don't go in and whoop, there you go. Many clinics require donors to commit to making regular deposits at least once per week. In some facilities, the requirement is 2 or 3 times per week.
I would think so. Once they qualify you, they would be, hey, let's make the most of it.
For at least 6 months to 1 year. Listen to this. Are you ready for this? There are also some genetic requirements. Some facilities require donors to meet certain height requirements between 5 feet and 10 inches or taller. 5 feet 10 inches and taller. No smokers, no drug users, and those with genetic histories of certain diseases are not eligible.
Mm-hmm. Gosh.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm not surprised by it.
Okay, so that's 1 and 2. Okay.
I've never been to one of those. I don't even know what they look like.
I want to know what it sounds like.
I'm sure I've made a ton of jokes about them.
I mean, I know. I just wonder. I mean,
They're probably.
there's so many
soundproof
questions we
rooms.
have about this.
Yeah. Well, we should take a tour and do a video.
Yeah.
Put
I'm
it up
sure
on the
they'll let you.
WC.
All right, here's another one. So you can sell your hair. Artisans,
Yep.
beauticians, wig makers alike are happy to take those lengthy tresses off your hands. Hairwork.com is the site you would go to if you want to know how to do this. It's $1,500 or more if you have good hair.
Yeah, I think you got to have
Yeah.
virgin hair. I don't think that you can have ever colored it. I think it's got to be natural.
Oh, it's exactly right. It says the hair that is qualified has the highest price would be hair in good condition, very long and straight. Virgin hair, as you said, Robin, has never been dyed. It's there you go. Between 50.
Well, that would be my hair. That's the long part. I've never dyed my hair.
Well, you're eligible.
Yeah.
It says
if I don't have any.
color counts too. Gray hair may not sell at all, whereas
you think?
natural blondes and brunettes with natural chestnut tinges sell well.
Oh, yeah. Everybody loves a chestnut tinge.
All right, so we got the eggs, the
The
sperm.
lady you were talking to at the strawberry festival probably had those chestnut tinges. You just didn't notice, Blair.
That's right. That's right.
I only know the chest, not the nuts.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah, that was a dumb joke. Okay.
Sorry. I just walked into that.
So,
All right.
so that. All right. Here's another one. Between
I liked it.
up to $5,000 a project. If you let's see, this is for body billing, which is basically when you do those test trials for drugs.
Uh-huh.
They actually pay for those,
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
but you're really risking
I
something.
have a good friend who does this, and I mean, you usually already have the disease, and so what they do is they pay you for your time and your transportation costs and things like that. I mean, nobody's getting rich testing a drug, but it's usually because you already have the problem.
Oh.
All right, so I have two more, and then the one we're going to get stuck in the mud with, because I know Galen's going to have a lot to say about it. Womb and board between $20,000 and $35,000 to carry somebody else's baby.
Gosh.
It's not your egg nor your husband's sperm, but you are the belly. You're the womb.
Yeah, I've got, I've had friends who have had to go through this procedure, and it's pretty incredible. And it, instead of adoption, they did it this way. And there are actually people who do this for a living, who have children for other people. And that's this one. Then they're good friends of ours. They have 3 kids, all from the same mother and father, so they all look alike, and so they're all really brother and sister. But the mom just, I think she's had 8 kids. So
wow,
she believes that's what she was, and they're good people. I met the parents. I was like, wow, this is kind of weird. So
yeah,
they keep in touch. So it's kind of interesting.
So I have 2 more. The last one we'll get stuck on. So here's the second to the last one. You can sell your milk.
Oh.
Now it's the going rate is $3 per ounce. They do not want lactating males.
I have never seen one. Have you?
No.
I mean, have any of you guys?
How would I know?
Is it physically
Does this
possible?
happen?
I know. That's
I don't
what,
It
think
says
men can
lactating males.
actually lactate.
Lactating males have abnormal.
it-
No. It says that they have abnormally high levels of bacteria. That's the only reason they're saying no to them.
I've never seen one. I've never
Heck,
heard of one.
No, I never heard of this either. It's crazy. Anyway, there in 2011 there was more than 13,000 postings from people looking to exchange breast milk across just 4 breast milk sales sites. Okay.
Gee.
All right, let's go back. Can you imagine what would happen if you Googled men lactating?
Are you at your computer?
No.
No.
No. Just imagine if you did that at work. There would be somebody at your desk within like 2 or 3 minutes.
That's right.
Well,
I mean, think about that.
just be careful. They got high levels of bacteria.
I'm just going to let you guys know. Don't.
Did you try it?
I don't know. No, I'm not at the office, but
Okay.
But no,
imagine what it would do. It would shut down your internet in your company, and there'd be some police cars showing up.
that's right.
All right, now the last one is actually a very serious one, and it's exactly up your line. But I want
Now
to.
you could Google women lactating because you could that's a scientific study.
I know.
Oh, certainly.
Okay, now I don't want to get stuck in that one because the next one really has a sticking factor to
That
it.
one wasn't. That was pretty good.
It was
That
good.
pretty good.
It was good. By the way,
I really didn't know men could lactate.
I didn't either.
Me neither.
I never heard of it.
How in touch with your feminine side? Was you? I mean, how many times would you have had to have watched Titanic, fried green tomatoes?
All right, stop.
Madison,
So here's the one. Now,
I mean, how
before
many chick flicks does that take?
stop.
That
So before you interrupt me with this one, because I
and
want.
card for never.
Let me read the whole thing in the next one, okay? Because there's a lot in here that I want you to talk about, okay? Blood and plasma. You knew this was going to be the last topic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now let me read the whole thing, please, before you stop me, because I want you to comment on everything. The going rate is between $25 and $50 per donation. It says here. You can make up to $200 a month donating, I guess, blood or plasma. And then this is what it says. If you're getting paid to donate blood, your donation may not be used the way you think. The federal government prohibits the use of blood collected from paid donors for transfusions in hospitals. According to the nonprofit blood collection group Blood Assurance, material gathered from paid donors is oftentimes used by pharmaceutical and cosmetics companies. Risks for donating blood are extremely low, and donors can oftentimes contribute twice per week. A list of more than 450 licensed plasma donation centers throughout the U.S. and Europe is available at donatingplasma.org. All right. Now, what about that do you want to comment on?
Well, I mean, it's been around for a long time. So what they do is you come in, and again, you can't give it directly to a patient. That's the law if you're a paid donor. And so you go in and you sit, and they typically give you like $5 or $10 for your first one, and then you have to come in on this schedule, and you have to have the right blood type, and in order to make the money. But there's a plasma center in Gainesville. If that's if people need money, I mean they use it to make pharmaceutical products. Number one use of plasma is makeup, and number two is actually hair care products.
Really?
So, yeah.
Wow.
So the idea that you can do it. Let's see.
You don't save lives. You're just you're manufacturing products.
Okay.
Whenever you see something called protein V,
Right.
that's plasma.
Oh, really?
Oh, I gotta look at my
most
shampoo.
of the time. There's also a synthetic version, and it's in a lot of shampoos. So,
But this one.
protein V.
But comment on this line. It says donating blood is extremely low, and donors can contribute twice a week. What?
Yep.
I thought you couldn't do it once, but every.
Well, and you have to remember that their quantities are different than ours. One, and their requirements are different. So because they're just taking plasma, and we very rarely just take plasma, you can donate more frequently. We typically take red cells and platelets. So it's strictly a blood volume issue, and it depends on the size and your weight to see if you can qualify to donate twice in a week.
Oh my gosh!
Right.
I didn't realize that this really was going on. I mean, legally going on that they.
I didn't realize, but now we know the
For a
answer.
long time.
Now we know the answer to the question. People always say, "How come they don't pay you?"
Mm-hmm.
Because people don't know that little fact that when you pay for blood, you can't use it to save lives.
Yeah.
Well, and that goes the same thing for like the eggs and the sperm. You cannot give money for their organ or tissues or anything like that. You have to pay them for their time, something like that.
Okay.
And then the FDA, and that's how community blood centers started, because before that, before the law passed in the early, late 60s or early 70s, that it was illegal to pay somebody for their blood donation or for their organs. That's how most of these hospitals had a blood supplies, because they would come in and they would pay people to give blood.
Oh, wow. We have
That's kind of how AIDS spread.
30 seconds, Galen. Where's the Bloodmobile today?
They were at Wedgwood Road.
Wedgwood Road. They don't pay you, but you save lives. How about that?
That's right. There you go.
How about that? You get paid with the knowledge that you have saved 3 lives by donating blood. Go donate blood.
Please do not Google lactating men.
Did you try? Have you done it? I'm going to do it later on.
His office would be shut
I've got to
down.
see this.
Yeah, Dan's going to shut off your internet.
Thank you again. Have a great day.
Bye, all.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. Protests are growing in Wisconsin over a police shooting.
Students packed the state capitol building in Madison, demanding justice for 19-year-old Tony Robinson. A white police officer responding to a disturbance call fatally shot the unarmed biracial man at an apartment Friday night. Authorities say Robinson assaulted the officer first.
Fox Radio Steve Rappaport. Fox confirms that former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton will address her email controversy in the next few days, and dozens hurt after an Amtrak train slams into a tractor trailer stuck on the tracks in Halifax County, North Carolina.
It was caught on camera by Leslie Meadows, who was in a nearby car.
Oh, my God! Oh, my God!
The driver of the 164-foot tractor trailer was trying to make a difficult left-hand turn, guided by a state trooper who was escorting the truck to the Virginia border.
Fox Radio's Tanya J. Powers. Fox News. We report, you decide.
Fox News Early Prime, breaking down business news and its impact on your bottom line. Your World with Neil Cavuto.
That's how I do business. That's why I am business.
Bold positions and brash opinions on the topics America is buzzing about. The Five.
How do you think this will set in with the American people?
This will be the pulse of the nation.
Washington insight and political know-how from the best in the Beltway. Special report with Brett Baer.
The epicenter